And September 2023 was the hottest September on record. That is according to EU climate scientists. The Copernicus program has released a study showing that the average global temperature over the past month was higher than any recorded by the European Space Agency. The data also showed that 2023 is on track to be the hottest year on record. One of the report's authors calls it a death sentence for people and ecosystems. The report comes less than 2 months before world leaders meet for the Global Climate Summit. And with me now in the studio is DW climate reporter Louise Osborne. Louise, it feels like we're breaking new temperature records every single month. Did you think we're going to be sitting here again in a month's time to do this once more?
I mean, quite possibly. The temperatures are rising and we are seeing these records being broken. September was the hottest ever recorded, and this year is also leading to that. A 1.4 degree Celsius rise could be what we will see for the average this year. And this is being caused by climate change to a large degree. This is burning of fossil fuels for our heat, construction, transport, and it's being exacerbated by a natural phenomenon, El Nino, which is also raising temperatures in the oceans and in the surface temperatures.
Now, you and I have spoken about this before, but I think it's important to reiterate. Can you tell us what the real significance is of a temperature increase of 1.4 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial average temperatures? What does it mean?
So this is super close to the limits that governments and scientists have set in place that we don't want to go over, a 1.5 degree temperature increase. And we are seeing, as a result of this, the extreme weather that has been happening over the past few months or so, these flooding and heat wave events, the fires that have come as a result of the dry, windy weather that we're seeing as a result of that. And this is leading to death, destruction of communities, as you heard in the comment from the report author, and the die-off of animals like the dolphins that we saw as well from these warming temperatures in the water.
It's terrible.
And things will continue to get worse if temperatures keep rising.
So is there any chance then of staying below the 1.5 degrees Celsius agreed by scientists and governments? It should be the global temperature rise limit.
I mean, what I should say first is reaching 1.4 doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to suddenly come over that 1.5 limit. You know, this is a particularly hot year. That doesn't mean that it will keep going in that direction. There are always like fluctuations, but the policies that are in place by governments at the moment, the continuation of burning fossil fuels, as I mentioned before, will keep taking us to a 1.5 degree limit within the next, or is likely to take us to that within the next decade if we don't stop. We have the technology and we have the knowledge now really to make these changes. It's just about governments putting in place the policies that we need to do that, businesses taking action, and society accepting the kind of changes that need to be made.
Well, thank you so much for joining us with that really important reminder. That is DW climate reporter Louise Osborne.